gonna have roasted cherry tomato soup with the hot honey grilled cheese. On each tray, you're gonna put a couple of pints of tomatoes. You need about 2 quarts. You need a lot of tomatoes to make this soup. I love using cherry tomatoes because they're delicious and super sweet and sugary year-round. For each tray, you need 1 large or 2 medium shallots, and I simply peeled and halved it, and I thinly slice it and throw it on the tray with the tomatoes. For each tray, you need a few fat cloves of garlic, crushed. You don't have to chop them. We're gonna puree the soup when it's done. Give them a whack, chuck them on the tray. You take your cherry tomatoes, you put them in a deli lid. You put the other deli lid on top, and you cut straight across, and you have all of the cherry tomatoes. Then we're gonna throw on some nice fresh thyme on both trays. Bloop. Olive oil, EVOO. S&P. Roast our cherry tomatoes until they get slumped and nice and golden at the edges, 404 1/4. Then we're gonna make our hot honey. Who you calling a hot honey? We're gonna take a light in color and flavor base. This is called acacia honey. This is Calabrian little spicy chilies from Italy. You get it in a regular grocery store. And I'm gonna put in a couple of fat spoonfuls, about 2 tablespoons, okay, of chili paste to a cup of honey. You mix this together, and if the honey's cold, it'll be very tight. You can warm the bottle underneath a hot tap until it loosens up a little, and it'll stir together a lot easier for you. And that's the same for when you put it in the bottle. This will last forever. When you're done using it the first night, put a little piece of plastic between the lid and the bottle and screw the cap back on, and that'll keep out any impurities or little bits of dust or whatever from getting into the hot honey. I use a funnel just to make easy work of loading it into our squirt bottle. I wanted to do a garlicky flavor here, so I have EVOO, little olive oil, and butter combined with some crushed garlic. We are then gonna lightly paint the outside of the bread so we get a light and even distribution of whatever fat you're using to brown the bread. So whenever you're making any griddled sandwich, that's a great tip there. Very light and even distribution of the fat and cooking over low to moderate heat. Nothing above medium. Then we put the painted sides out, right? And then we've got our hot honey. We put a little swirly cue of hot honey on both sides. And I say, since we have mozzarella and provolone, why choose? I say, let's be fair. They both showed up. Let's get them both in there. Okay. Now for the soup, we have our roasted cherry tomatoes. We take them out of the oven and let them cool so we can handle them, okay? Let me grab a bench scrape. I have 1 quart of chicken, or you can use vegetable stock or bone broth. And we're gonna scrape everything off of each of our trays, the shallots, the garlic, and those roasted cherry tomatoes, into 1 quart of stock that we're heating up in a large soup pot. 2 quarts of tomatoes, a couple of large shallots, or 4 medium shallots, several cloves of garlic on each tray. And we're gonna add a little handful of our sweet basil into our soup base. Put our immersion blender in there, and away you go. I'm flipping cheese with one hand. I'm mixing in the dollop of creme fraiche with the other hand. Look at our glorious grilled cheese. They're beautiful, they're perfect with the hot honey. So I added a fat dollop of that creme fraiche into our soup, which looks phenomenal. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Then we take our hot honey with provolone and mozzarella and hot honey and garlic butter. What? What? Oh my God!